to our murder mystery.
Hi. You can go right down the elevator over there.
Hello, welcome. I'll be playing I'm a Leech tonight. Enjoy the play.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Murder and Mayhem in the Library. Tonight, we're pleased to bring for your entertainment Death by Character Assassination. But before we get started, there's just a few things I'd like to explain. First of all, I want to apologize for the lengthy wait. The reason why we did this is to allow everybody ample time to get here because, as you might have noticed, the library is closed for this evening, and we are going to relock the outside doors. And there'll be no one up there to let them in, so we want to make sure everybody got here. In the event that we have to escape rapidly, we can still get out, so you don't need to worry about it. You'll be located in this room for probably about a half hour, and we're asking during that half-hour length of time that you try to stay in here unless it is an emergency. There are things happening in here that you'll need to know in order to solve the mystery. If you do need to leave, there are 3 sets of doors behind you that you can go out. The first set over here that says not an exit, we're asking that you do not go through those doors as they lead directly to the coat rack. Yeah, I'm sure you don't want to find yourself there. After you finish interrogating the suspects this evening, we will have refreshments that have been provided for us by Jenny Lawman, who works here at Morrisson-Reeves Library. And I'd also like to encourage you, following the performance, to search out a mailing list that we'll have ready for you if you want to put down your name and address so we can send you more information regarding Morrisson-Reeves Library projects. Now, I'd like you to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Oh, wait! We are very pleased, ladies and gentlemen, to have with us tonight the famous pole vaulter, Scrabble player, and amateur detective, Mr. Garrett Bailey. Garrett! I'm so glad that Garrett could make it tonight. This is really going to be fun. And now, I will turn the proceedings over to our host for this evening, Mr. Fillmore Banks.
Good evening. Hello. Hello. As Renee said, I would like to personally thank each and every one of you for coming tonight. And, of course, my name is Fillmore Banks. This evening is to honor a very important member of this community, namely me. Oh, but I'm just kidding. Tonight, I would like to hand over a large check to the library, which will enable the library to open a new wing, which we will name after, who else? Me. We will call this edition the Fillmore Shelves. But before I turn over this rather large, handsome, and yet tax-deductible check, I'd like to ask a few members of the Richmond community, prominent members if you will, to say a few words honoring who else but me, of course. Excuse me if I can have everybody's attention, please. Thank you. Right now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the world-famous, lovely, and talented Miss Hista Mead.
Good evening, darlings. Good evening. It's so good to see you. Oh, I see a lady who loves purple, too. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, good to see you. Wonderful. Oh, I love Jeffrey, too. Oh, lovely, lovely. Thank you, dear Fillmore. Let me say, for those of you who don't recognize me, oh, what planet have you been living on? Oh, really, I'm just kidding, darlings. I am the Hista Mead, interior decorator to the stars, and as a special favor to dear Fillmore, I will be designing the interior of the new addition to the library, the Fillmore Shelves. And I must confess that I have a soft spot in my heart for this library. After all, it's where I got my start. Years ago, but not too many years ago, I was the library book bag designer. If you own one of my creations, please hang on to it. It's only going to go up in value. As a matter of fact, if you brought one with you tonight, I'll be happy to autograph it after the ceremony tonight. Oh, dear. Crows must be banging on the skylight today. Anyways, I believe now I'm supposed to introduce Fillmore's personal friend and attorney, Mr. Will Cheatham. Let's give him all a hand.
Hi there. Glad y'all can make it. Here to honor a very outstanding thank you, Ms. Mead. And thank you, Fillmore. Thank you for inviting me here. And thank you for at least giving me a week's notice to think of something good to say about you. Well, not that it takes a whole week to think of something good to say about you. I could make up something on the spot, you know. Well, I don't mean make up something. I mean, anything I say about him would be true, if I'm getting a Just kidding. Well, anyway, thanks for your time, and if you ever need a good lawyer, please call 1-800-LAWSUIT. That's Cheatham, Steele, and Lack. And next up is Ms. Cheryl Light.
Howdy, y'all. This is just so exciting. I've never been in front of a big crowd like this before. Oh, let me take a picture here. Okay. Everybody smile. Say cheese. Cheese. All right. Okay, good. Well, my name is Ms. Cheryl Light, and I am a photographer, and I work for the world-renowned magazine, Get a Light. And it's an internationally renowned magazine, and all my photographs have been all across the country and all of the popular magazines, but I'm sure you don't know what I look like, you just know how I see things. Well, anyway, they've asked me to come along and take photographs of Mr. Fillmore Banks here, and after they're built, the Fillmore section of this here library. And I'm so excited to get to meet you, Mr. Banks. And although I don't know you personally, I think it is wonderful of you to share some of your hard-earned money with this here library. I think now I'm supposed to introduce the representative from the local historical society, Mr. Dusty Page.
Good evening. I am glad Fillmore asked me to come tonight and say a few words about him and the new Dusty Shelves. Oh, excuse me. I mean the new Fillmore Shelves. The Dusty Shelves is what the new edition was going to be called before Fillmore stepped in with a fistful of dollars and managed to take the dictatorship, I mean the directorship, away from me. But I'm happy for Fillmore. I really am. He is a great lover of this library. If he has said it to me once, he has said it to me 1,000 times. Dusty, he said, this library is a great place to check out the women. Books. Books. I mean, check out the books. I'm only joking, of course. Well, next, we have Miss Ina Leach. Next, we have Miss Ina Leach. Ina Leach, we are waiting for your grand entrance.
You're not I'm a leech.
No, I'm the janitor. I'm a leech. I mean, Don Wansink, who was supposed to play the part of I'm a leech, has been killed.
Is this a joke? I'm a leech isn't supposed to die in this. I'm supposed to be killed.
No, this isn't a joke, and it's not part of your play. I'm a leech. I mean, Don Wansink has been murdered. Someone threw her in the book drop room across the hall. Here, come with me, I'll show you.
Please, everyone, stay put for just a second. We'll straighten this out. Mr. Bailey, would you come with me a second?
Certainly.
I'm going to go ahead and push these doors open so that we can keep an eye back and forth, just in case the killer's still around or something like that. Okay?
The janitor said that Don Wansink, who played my leech, is dead.
Well, if she's dead, I'm not doing the part.
Okay, I can see all you guys. You can all see me, so we're all right.
Well, I thought I was supposed to get killed too, but this is not a joke. I wanted you to go.
Well, I'm supposed to be here.
Thanks. Oh my.
Oh my gosh, is that a sheet?
Yeah, there goes that.
Oh my gosh, I cut that apart.
Oh. I don't think. Oh. Well, Darren's here, so. I want to see the news tonight. Yeah. I have something to say about it.
Can I have your attention, please? I am sorry, we do have sad news to report. The janitor is right. Don Wansink is dead. Providing is in the book drop room right across the way. I asked the janitor to call the police, but it may take them a while to get here, this being a weekend night and all. I'm afraid no one will be able to leave the library until they arrive. So we're asking that you stay right here in the library.
May be stuck here. But apparently so. I propose that we spend the next figuring out exactly who committed this. It seemed to me that the chief suspects have to be actors. They're the only ones not in the room. Let me tell you what I think happened. Apparently, she was sitting outside in a folding chair, waiting for Q to come in from Mr. K. Someone apparently snuck up behind her, strangled her, and drug her body with a book drop. I believe the first sound that we heard was the sound of her chair falling during the attack. When the killer was trying to hide the body in the book drop, however, they were surprised by the sound of the elevator coming downstairs. That would have been the janitor bringing the book cart down to the morning book drop, which in this case would be Emily Murray. When they heard that noise, they were startled. They closed the door, hid in there, until the janitor went back up. They thought the coast was clear. But what they didn't know is that the janitor leaves the book cart right outside the door, waiting for it to be collected on Monday morning. So when they thought the coast was clear and they opened the door to make their escape, they knocked the book cart over, and I believe that was the second crash we heard. The So what I propose we do now is that each one of you go to the place you were at right before you came on stage. Yes. We'll break up into groups and character questions. I guess we should also talk to the janitor, Mr. Planman. If you will wait outside by the body, we'll talk to you.
Yes, since he was on stage the whole time, let's just...
Just let me know.
What we'll do now is we need to divide up into small groups of 5. Doesn't matter how many are in the group, so long as we have 5 groups. So if you want to stay with people you came with, that's fine. But let's just start a group. Let's say over here. So group 1, people who want to be in group 1. Don't be shy.
Whatever else you ask, you might want to check the bottom of the shoes. Someone stepped in Reese's cup of crime scene, and it wasn't.
Did everybody hear that? Okay, group 1, if you would like to go to the janitor, which is also the crime scene. Where are you, group 1? Where'd you go? Okay, right here. Okay, just go that direction, just out these doors and straight back. You can see the janitor. He'll take you to the crime scene.
Oh, I don't know.
Group 2.
I'm not the bravest
You go
person
from
in the
40
world, you know.
right through there, right through there. Group 3.
We need to look for trucks.
Where is
Yeah, somebody said that. We need to look for trouble. There's a purple scarf. That girl have a purple scarf on. Yeah, she, because that one English girl. Oh.
That's the same sort of thing. Let me see that.
Oh, that one?
This one.
Oh,
You're like,
You want to sit down?
that one?
What is that?
well, that's not
John.
John. Okay. Anything on the side?
Well, they're worn uneven. I mean, if you look, I've got a thick sole there and then a real thin sole on the outside,
Now,
which
what's that
means
got to do with your back?
I walk on the sides of my feet.
Oh, well, I guess on YouTube. Okay.
So what are you going to show us?
Well, I guess I'm supposed to show you the crime scene. I'm not exactly sure how this works. But,
Do you have a reason to feel
Dawn and I weren't great friends, and I didn't like her a whole lot. She was kind of a mean person. My job is to clean the library, wash the windows, mop the floors, that type of thing. So she had a bad habit of coming in and putting her fingerprints on my clean windows or dropping wrappers and stuff on my clean floors. I didn't have a reason to kill her over something like that. But from what I can tell, it looks like she was sitting in this folding chair about to make her entrance into the other room when somebody must have come up behind her, gotten her with this purple scarf. The only thing I can figure is that someone must have come up behind her and strangled her with it. So.
Yeah, well, there's a few other clues right there.
Darn, I'm not sure.
Can you show my shoes? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
And here's another one.
See that one?
You haven't had a pair of shoes here.
No, I do not. I come to work with just the one pair. I guess the interesting thing about this crime scene is, as you can see, obviously, is that she was eating peanut butter cups right before she came in. And it almost looks like that one's been smashed. Maybe stepped on or something like
what are
that.
these
Or maybe
names
when
up
she fell
here?
off the chair.
What are those names?
It says Beth Likens, share alike. She's one of the characters in the play. Yeah, if you want to come over this way.
Why would that name be on there?
Yeah, why are the names on there?
Okay, the reason he had to
She was waiting out here to go in. What I'm guessing happened is after whoever came up and strangled her, maybe they dragged the body back across this way. This is the book drop room back here. Obviously, this is a crime scene, so I don't want to get too close to the body. But what happened was, the part of I think was allowed trashing.
After the drag race, they came out here, they knocked her.
That would be my guess. I don't know. I was upstairs. I heard the crash and I came downstairs to check out what it was. When I got down here, I found that the cart had been turned over and the body was in here. I try to have an empty cart outside the door so that the morning janitor can take the books out of the book drop and take them back upstairs in the morning. In this case, I guess it would be Monday morning.
But she emphasized the fact of who she was when she was standing out here, and she was up here to almost Provo's body. So how did she get way up here to be? Was she thrown down the chute or just pitched in?
No, I think she was strangled out there and
And then
dragged
they
in
just
here.
thrown in here.
Yeah,
I thought maybe she was.
I was talking with the detective, and he and I kind of agreed on that, but I think she was strangled and then dragged across in here.
Oh, okay.
Thrown in. Before I covered her up, there's some books covering her head. So we're thinking that the murderer tried to cover her up with some books, maybe to hide the body. And then maybe he heard the sound of the elevator, which was me coming back down. That's when he took off.
So you were just doing
I was upstairs mopping the floor.
and then you brought the book cart down, and you left the book cart there.
Left the book cart right out
And you
front.
took the elevator back up, and when you heard the cart fall over,
We haven't notified the family yet.
Oh, shame.
So she just has to stay there and go back.
Stay there, yeah. We called the state.
Well, if she wasn't dead, she is now. Thank you, I got a terrible headache.
Please come down here. Do you have any other questions?
let's see what else we're supposed to ask you.
What's in the book bag?
Keep some of her old book bags around,
What's in it?
just in case. Oh, I guess, from what I can tell, we're rotating groups. Do you have any other real quick questions?
Can we see what's in the book bag?
Toilet paper. 2 rolls of toilet paper. Your next stop is going to be right down.
Well, that's what I was supposed to ask you, if anybody knew to put the cart there.
A few people did, but not very many, no. It's
Would
not-
somebody who worked in the library know it?
A couple people might. The morning janitor obviously knows, since he's the one who comes down and gets it in the morning, so. Well, good luck. I hope you find a killer.
We really got you out. You not walk all over me. Okay, Lou.
Where were you? Where were you before you came up to talk?
Okay, well, I was in here leaning up against this wall waiting for my cue when I heard a really loud crash, and it scared me so bad I dropped my script. That's why it took me a couple of seconds to get out there after I was introduced, because I was picking my papers up. I didn't really notice I was shuffling them around. I was trying to put them back in order because they got all messed up.
Well, they could have gotten all messed up.
Okay, so
because you were.
was this door open or closed?
It was closed, and the curtains were also
So you
closed.
couldn't see anything?
No, I could see a form go by. I heard someone, it sounded like someone running down the hallway, but I couldn't see, partly because I was looking this direction in the first place, and the curtains are closed, and the weave on the curtains is just thick enough you really can't see who it is. You can see a form go by the windows, but you really can't see who it is.
you like Dawn?
Well, of course not. She was probably the most hated person in the library.
So far,
Everybody had
nobody
something
liked her.
against her. So,
Good riddance yourself. Okay, we've got to see your shoes.
well, there we
Bottom,
are.
the bottom.
Oh, the bottom.
His
I see,
paper-
I
his
better
paper's got his name.
That's what I was thinking, smells be better.
The other girl's paper.
Oh, you don't want to smell my shoes, you can believe me.
I'm rich, my name on it.
That sound.
Most of them are okay.
Well, this is, did you see?
There were actually two
You
sounds.
were just saying.
Do you recall an earlier sound?
I only heard one sound. It was whatever made a really large crash. I'm assuming it was the book cart, the way Mr. Bailey
Yep, she said
mentioned.
you heard someone running too.
Well, I heard someone running because that's like right outside the door. I heard someone running after the crash.
Which way did you see the,
Well, the form was going that
it
direction.
was going that direction?
Because if they were running the other direction, I wouldn't have seen it, and I probably wouldn't have heard anything.
And you were standing here waiting to follow histamine?
Right, to make my entrance.
Well, has
Any other
anybody,
questions?
you're a lawyer, right?
Mhm.
And nobody's here has asked for your services? I mean,
You couldn't.
None
No,
of these people that are,
they're telling me something, I guess.
no, I
You
mean,
think you done it?
like, nobody thinks they need a lawyer.
Apparently.
These suspects.
Well, I know I didn't do it.
Well, okay.
How soon did you, how much time before histamine, was histamine in there when you heard this sound? Or seen the person go by?
Yeah, she was talking when, she was speaking when.
She was speaking
When I heard
when-
the crash.
When you heard the crash?
Because that's the reason I was listening for her to finish, to introduce me to come in. So she was talking
Okay.
at the time.
Did Cheryl like going before histamine?
No, she came on after I introduced her.
You introduced her.
Right.
Right.
So she came on after.
Well, where was she? I mean, did you see her?
Did you see
They
her?
said she was gonna be the next person speaking. Was she in here?
Cheryl like wasn't here. She was in another area.
Oh, you don't know where she was?
No.
Okay. And you didn't see?
I just know she entered from over there, but where she was while I was here, I really
Yeah,
have no
and so
idea.
you didn't see anybody except this shape?
Yeah, I just saw a form running past.
Oh, you actually did, not just to hear, you saw something.
No, I heard the footsteps, and the strange thing about the footsteps, I don't know whether I mentioned this or not, but it was sort of an odd sound. It wasn't someone normally running, it was, the rhythm was different. It was almost like someone had a limp. And it was like a loud, soft, instead of being a stomp, 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 with about the same sound. It was an unusual sound, almost as if someone had a limp.
Might be some pain.
Like a loud, soft rhythm rather than a constant, the same sound as a ringing down
Who
the
do you
bass.
think did it?
Well, I think histamine was behind it if she didn't do it because she was in the staff lounge one day, and well, actually more than once. A couple of times I was walking through, and she and Dawn were having this knockdown, drag-out, screaming argument. And I really didn't pay attention to what they were arguing about because I didn't want to get involved. But, I mean, the way they were carrying on, you'd think they were sisters or something. So, I mean, they were really going at each other, but what they were talking about, I really don't know. I think
She
she's
was
the
in
one-
there, though. when you
Well,
heard
but
the
I
sound.
think she'd be behind it all. She may be in cahoots with somebody else.
But see, there are two sounds.
I only
And
heard
you're
one.
hearing the second sound.
She heard the sound. I heard one sound.
Yeah, if
I
somebody,
just remember.
You did one crash.
Probably need to get a goal out.
yeah,
We need to
okay.
move on to our next
Well,
topic.
we got a guy here with sound, and I'd like to hear some more.
Maybe you can ask me some questions again later.
This guy that's got the scrapper and got pain and giving us all the direction.
He would have a.
Oh gosh, that's hard to say. I just, when you're running,
Yeah,
you're
but
sort
he
of in
was
a
sitting in there.
Yeah.
somewhat crouched position.
Okay, so you don't want to cooperate with the police, all right?
I take the fifth.
Okay, yeah.
I'll drink it
You and
too.
some other people.
And we've got her down talking about the second sound was made.
Are you having as much fun as we are?
I don't think so.
Aren't you?
You probably know and won't tell.
Okay.
What's his name? Will Cheatham said that you had an argument with Dawn, and you guys weren't very friendly?
Fierce argument.
Like sisters?
Actually, yeah, Dawn was the adopted, well, she was adopted back into our family. She was an older sister that I never knew that I'd even had, because when my parents first had her, they were very, very poor. And so they gave her up for adoption. And then several years later, they had me. And then when she was 10 years old, they looked her back up, and then they was able to include her back into our family. But at that point, she was very hurt at the fact that they had given her up. She didn't think about that they had included her back in the family. So she proceeded to ruin my parents emotionally, financially, every way possible. And I
So you
hated her.
resented her?
I hated her.
Yeah. Let me see your shoes.
Oh, shoes?
Okay, let's see the other one.
Everybody want to see?
No, the other one, please.
The other one?
And I have to stick on this here.
Where was you at when the loud noise?
As best I can remember, I was standing right at the door in the kitchen before it goes into the bar room whenever Sean Fillmore was up there. The second one I thought was the crows we had, because they're always banging on the
That's
skyline.
right. See,
So
that's-
I was in plain view, so I could not possibly be your murderer, murderess, whatever you want to call it.
Now, wait a minute.
You could have, because
You,
that was,
at the second sound, theoretically, that was back at the book drop. The first sound was the chair dropping. And you're saying that sound, you heard that when?
I was standing waiting for my cue to go up, because
Where were you
Standing where?
standing?
In this room?
I can show you if you want to peek through here. He'll help you. I was standing right at that door if you want to come around here a little bit.
She introduced to Dusty Page.
The photographer Beth, share alike.
did anybody else see you standing there?
Did you guys get to see the door? So we'll need to go back in.
No. You
you
introduced
Share alike.
you introduced Will
Oh,
Cheatham.
did I? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I got confused.
But you were inside the door,
Yes.
inside your village.
But
Yeah.
There's another
Did
door.
anybody see you?
Right
I mean,
here.
is anybody else in here?
They could have, because I was standing right there.
So hers was the second
But
sound.
you didn't, I mean, you didn't see anybody you knew around or any other people?
Just these guys.
But she's the one with the sight in there.
Right, that's right.
We can't question.
You know where the
No.
scarf came from?
But they were, I think actually though, they were sitting around
were
the
sitting there.
side wall,
Yes, they were.
I think.
So they
Were
weren't
they?
in here. Okay.
Okay.
You know where the scarf came from?
Okay.
Well, apparently it was mine, because I had one on right before we got started, but then it was gone afterwards, so. And everybody keeps telling me there's a purple scarf out in the foyer, so I'm
You
assuming
mean you
that's
had it on, you wouldn't realize that it was gone?
Well, this is my first play I've ever done, and I was very nervous, so I didn't even notice. I was scared to death.
Let's go
You
back
wanna
to
take
those
the pills
sounds
too?
again. I still want to hear more about those sounds.
Uh-oh.
Where,
We gotta move on.
Uh-oh, we've got to move on.
She was standing
I know
there when
that.
she heard the first one.
is there
She said-
anyone that could corroborate you
I was
standing right
asking
there?
that, she said,
But there's probably not, unless somebody would have just saw my hat. But we have to move you onto Beth. She's right through there.
They keep running us out.
But now Beth, hey, Beth just had a fight with Dawn a couple of days ago, something about email, and I know that Dawn almost got Beth fired, so you might want to ask her about that.
Okay.
I already asked her that. She said, she thought maybe those two guys were there, but they were sitting out in the other room. We saw
Well,
them
let's
when we went to get drinks. They were out there, so nobody saw her.
Yeah. Okay, everybody wants to see my shoes for some ungodly reason, so I've stopped arguing. I'll just show you my shoes.
Okay.
Okay, are you satisfied? Okay.
Yes, okay.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'm Beth Likens, and I was playing Share Alike. I'm sure you remember the hat. Everybody else does. And I was standing right inside this doorway here.
But you were inside.
Yes, I was inside here, and this door was shut, okay? Because sometimes the computer makes bleeps and stuff, and it just really distracts me because I'm not an actor, and I just needed all the encouragement I can get here, you know, so.
Were you and Dawn friendly?
Well, no, nobody was friendly with Dawn, actually. I hated her guts, but not enough to kill her, mind you.
Now, you say you were in here and you followed Will to the stand, right?
Right. Will's the one who introduced me. And
Okay, where were you when Will was waiting to be introduced?
I was standing right there.
You were standing right here?
Right there, yeah. I was up on that
All by
step.
yourself? No one around?
No one around.
Okay.
This
Would
door
you
shut
mind
too.
running back and forth across here a couple times?
Running
Yeah,
back and
just sort of
forth?
give a little run.
Okay. Of course, I had my camera with me, so it would have been banging me and stuff too.
Not very noisy.
Why was your name on the script out that
Yeah, where was your script?
Well, that
her name
was.
was on the script, the murder
Yeah, I mean,
woman
you didn't
had.
have it when
This-
you were
This
standing there?
is, yeah, I did.
How
Well,
come?
my original script, Dawn, such an idiot, she lost her script right before the show. So she came up to me and asked me if I'd photocopy it for her. And I almost didn't because I just hated her so much. But I thought, no.
That's
I'll do
not written the same as it is on that one outside.
it. Well, I don't know, but I did make a photocopy for her. And I kept the photocopy and she has the original. So.
Exactly like that.
I had her last name up there too.
Why didn't you like her?
She had her
Just 'cause
last
you
name
didn't
on
like
it.
her, or-
Well, actually, she had stolen my password for the computer system here at the library for the email. And she had sent some emails to the director of the library and the board of directors. And they were pretty inflammatory. They showed me one of them, and I blushed. I mean, I couldn't believe that they would have thought that I sent that. And they called me into the office, and they were ready to fire me. And, so I was real nervous. I didn't do this. And we looked at the date of when these were sent, and I couldn't have done it because I was on vacation. And so I thought, it's got to be Dawn because she's just such a bee, So I went and I confronted her, and she didn't even deny it. I mean, she said, of course I did it. I just couldn't believe it. I got so mad at her, but not mad enough to kill her. Not mad enough to
We heard this before tonight, haven't we?
I'm sorry?
You got any candy bars in your pockets?
No, I just got Kleenex and got my
Did you hear
lipstick,
anything?
Did you?
Now, where were you standing here?
I'll show you exactly where I was standing. I was just like this.
And the door was open?
Yes, this door was open.
While you were there, did you hear any sound?
Yeah, I did actually. I heard what Darren had claimed to be the cart falling over, and I sort of peeked around a little bit just to see what was going on because I knew that wasn't in the script.
And you actually heard that sound
I
right
did.
there?
But if she was running with that camera
I didn't hear it as loudly as you guys did.
Had you seen histamine before you come back here tonight?
No.
No,
You're
I'm-
Cher-alike.
I'm Cheryl like
Okay, ma'am.
she's his
Meet you back
yeah.
there.
Yes.
Not once I took my place. I didn't.
Not once you
because,
took your
like I
place.
said, this door was shut, and I'm such a bad actor that
know-
I was so nervous I didn't pay any attention.
Do you know if she had her purple scarf on the last time you saw her?
I noticed actually when we were all sitting out there, her scarf was not on. When he was talking about what happened, I just looked at her because I've been
Just
saying
at that time,
because it's such an ugly scarf, purple. It was just so dreadful. Ugh. I mean, she kept even complimenting me on my hat. I mean, she has no taste. I swear. But anyway.
Takes one to know.
So yes, I did notice. But I see the wheels turning. I know you think she probably did it, but I think Steve did it because I saw this man. He turns red because he's a real fair complected guy. He turns red real easy. But I saw him turn purple one day. He was so mad at Dawn because I don't know the details. I didn't want to get involved.
Man that wanted the library shelves named after
Oh,
him.
okay.
Dusty shelves. Dusty
Where
shelves.
were you when Renee was making her opening address?
I was standing right here.
Who can verify that?
Nobody can verify that I was there at all. Because like I said, this door was shut unless they peeked in the window or somebody saw me waiting around.
How did you get here to this room? Which direction did you come from?
Well, I came from the
There, I see her when she
auditorium.
went in.
Yeah.
Here's the other
Did
question.
you hear any sounds?
Yes, yeah, really. You mean like when he said the chair fell over or something?
No, when Renee was talking about this as a hearing.
Not that I remember. I mean, I was looking over my script trying because I didn't have my highlighted copy and I just couldn't,
You need to go down the hallway to Steve now.
And ask him about the argument about the books. Hi.
Welcome to Morrisson-Reeves. I'm sorry this happened. Oh, there's someone with a camera. Oh my heavens. Hi there. Just come on down. Just come on down. I've seen some of you people before. You're familiar.
Okay, now you came in from this side, right?
Yes.
So where were you when all those other people were talking?
Standing just a few feet from where, I was standing right where she's standing.
Okay.
Yeah, right here.
Well, I saw you some of the time.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
saw
see
you,
it,
but you
but I didn't
was
see the
here.
whole, but I didn't see the whole.
Is there any other way to get out through here without going through the kitchen where,
Well,
what's
that's
that,
fine.
share light
Can you open
was?
that door from there?
Will you, would
You can open this from
pass?
the inside.
No, the outside. Could you
No,
open that,
no,
come in?
no.
You
Can
get a
we see,
library.
we see your shoes? We're looking at everywhere.
Shoes. His is
Yeah,
untied.
the bottom, the bottoms.
The bottom soles.
Why?
Well,
We
it's
wanna see it.
because we want to see what they.
You guys are all.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
George,
Looks
just
like
pick
you
it up.
stepped in something here.
That's bubble gum or something. One lady actually, thank you.
Let's see.
Let me see
I want to
the
get
other
this
one.
on camera.
He's got this untied.
It's a dentine.
Can we see that one?
Okay, yeah,
Pardon?
That other shoe.
Why's your shoe untied? You're
Well,
gonna fall and
He
hurt
probably took it
yourself.
off to clean it. No, the other shoe. Is it wet?
That was the one.
I
Yeah,
never
we
saw
don't
the other
see.
one yet, though. He didn't show us his.
someone we talked to said that you didn't like Don very well.
I'm
I
gonna see
didn't.
the,
I'll
tell
tell you
him
the
to see
truth.
the other shoe.
Okay, tell us why you didn't like it.
Oh, and he's getting his shoe
I-
cleaned.
I can show you what it is.
What's up under
Uh-huh.
the?
He's got some evidence.
I did this.
Yeah, and you were sneezing. Is
This
that
is my-
allergy or was that just the sneeze?
It's not crying about Dawn, I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
This is my Dirty Dawn deed list.
Did you already know she was dead?
That's my list of Stephen King books that she ruined. They were first editions. They were worth a lot of money. I loaned them to her. I'd loan one out, and she'd read it and ask for another one. I was so naive, I never asked for it back. And after 3 or 4 of them were gone, I never got them back.
Any blood on it?
That's a Dawn Deeds. He's got written down.
Cujo was chewed. Firestarter was singed. The stand was left out in the rain. The pages were bloated.
What's on
What'd
your
you do?
notes? Where
Well,
was you at
okay,
when you heard?
Maximum Overdrive. I had the first edition screenplay. It had tire treads all over the place. She ran over it.
What did you do when you heard the cart fall over?
It startled me a little. But I've done civic theater. One time a bulb exploded when we were on stage. It kind of went like that. But you have to go forward. If I had responded to that, I would have had to run right through here.
Would
Right
you go
across the
down-
stage.
Could you go down the hall if you could back?
Yeah.
Is
See
that
her
right?
shoes
Forward,
untied.
How far?
there,
How
or
far?
just,
Huh?
Tie her shoe first.
I just did
Yeah.
mine. Just run.
Could she have bit you or scratched you?
Well, she did. Just run. Just
Just
kind of.
run just a little bit.
How far?
Just down to the end, just
Not,
a
not
little
run
bit.
hard, but just like you're getting out of here.
Okay.
Okay, Matt,
There it is.
because he's got that shoe untied.
There's your sound.
Librarians aren't in big shape.
Okay, let's see.
Did you notice that, when was the last time you seen, what's
Dawn?
that? No.
Histamine?
Yeah, her purple scarf.
What's the deal with her scarf?
Well, when was the last time you seen it?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen her have a purple scarf?
We've rehearsed with different clothing on. She was wearing scarves. Why? What are you saying?
Well,
What was
that's
her favorite color?
Gosh, I don't know. But she argued with Dawn a lot. I heard that I would see them argue and they'd be going. And I never could understand what they were saying because I just got out of the room.
what relationship to Dawn was,
Well, Sherry works in tech services, and Dawn works in AV. And I know that Lou Spicer didn't like her.
Oh, Dusty.
Lou had proximity.
Keep blowing the whistle on me.
Go ahead.
Now, where were you at the very when sound was heard?
I was standing right about
Yes.
where she's standing.
Who was speaking?
You were speaking, and then Sherry, I think. Yeah.
Sherry?
Histamine. That's her
Okay.
character.
No,
I didn't get a real good
that
answer.
Renee was speaking
Is
when
there
that
someone
one
you can
sounded.
open that door from
No,
Second
I
person.
actually could not. If I-
Could you stand back open?
I'm gonna go out here. No, come out with me. Just come out with me. Let us in, okay?
Let's see. The sneeze.
Let us in. Let us in.
Could he have
Don't
had a
everyone
copy?
come.
There's
Wait a
something that could
minute.
have propped the door open.
She opened, Renee, somebody had this door open and closed.
Yeah,
Here's a block of wood.
because we felt the draft.
Yeah, but there's no
Yeah, there's a block, we will just held it open a little bit.
There's a block of wood down here that he could prop the door open with.
Yep.
Wait, you really think I did it this way?
You know,
The audience is right there, folks.
Yeah, but you were peeking around the corner a few times.
But the audience is right
Dusty,
there.
where were you
Yeah, but we
when
were
your
Have our
wife
attention on the speaker.
was welcoming us here?
They told us to look at her. Somebody said that they wanted their attention.
One last thing. There's no key, there's no way that you
They
can
should
get
have
in.
locked the door.
It's the same with the other door too, ma'am. You cannot come in that way. You
Okay,
cannot.
you have to lock the door open. You can't get back in there to go through.
You guys, I'm gonna give you a clue. You're barking up the wrong tree. That's okay. That's okay.
I'll escort you on over to Jerry Plaza. You heard more? Have you guys?
Nope.
You guys already seen Jerry Plaza?
Well, I heard the sounds and I kind of saw it. Oh my gosh.
Not the first sound. I was on stage the whole time. Whether there's no way I could close. We're on the crows. The crows. Did you hear that?
I heard a couple of bumps or fuzz or something a couple of times. I could kind of hear it.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Have you already seen anybody?
He said that. Yeah, because
I do want to hear.
I mean, he doesn't.
No, he came to see this girlfriend in the play. Yeah, and now she's dead. That's a good point. It's right here.
We're fine enough with it.
When I look at this time, I just can't see it. Oh, you mean mom?
I'm just trying to.
Oh, someone actually taking that.
Actually, my real name is Sean Thomas. I've got nothing to hide.
That's what I'll take mine on too. I can hold mine too.
You don't have any on.
Or Sean did.
Really don't embarrass
Sean did.
Oh, Sean did.
Yeah, me personally, not there. It was.
Well, that's like here. You've all seen the scene of the murder. I hope at least one of you has an idea of how this murder was committed. But first, are there any further questions you would like to ask the suspect? Where's Sherry?
We're finding her.
She's alive. You tried to get away.
Give him red hair.
I'm sorry.
Now, are there any further questions?
I'd like to ask the janitor, if you came down in the elevator you can see the chair where Dawn was sitting. Was she sitting in the chair when you came out of the elevator?
The first time in, she was sitting there just waiting to come in and make her entrance.
What time was that?
It must have been right around 6:30. Just before things got started here.
Okay.
And where did you go to get started?
After that, I went back upstairs to finish mopping.
Is that when you dropped off the book cart?
No, that was the second.
Did you have an affair with Dawn?
No, I did not.
I'd like for Steve to take his right shoe off.
Okay. No, I'm not. It's gross. I got hard bodies.
I'm sitting next to Steve. I'd rather he did.
questions?
Were you related to Dawn in any way other than just?
Me?
Yes.
No, I wasn't. She was a coworker.
Okay, then let's review the suspects, and I'll get your opinions as to who you think has done it. First, there's the janitor, Jerry Pladman. He admits to disliking the victim, has absolutely no alibi, and was definitely around in the right place at the right time when committing the murder. Next, we have Will Cheatham, also known as Lou Spicer. He also admits to strongly disliking the victim, and being in the boardroom means that you were the next closest to the victim, to where the murder took place. All he had to do was walk right down the hall. And what about Histamine, alias Sherry Markham, the victim's younger sister? Did she decide to take revenge for injustices done to her parents? And wasn't her scarf the actual murder weapon? Then there is Cher Alike, the alter ego of Beth Likens, whose script was found lying around the crime scene. If someone believed a coworker was trying to get them fired, it would make them very angry. Could it make them angry enough to kill? Finally, that leaves Dusty Page, or should I say Steve Martin. Those desecrated first edition Stephen Kings probably cost a lot of money, and now, thanks to Dawn, they're worth next to nothing. Someone who enjoys reading Stephen King must not be too squeamish about reading about violent death. Would they be squeamish about committing a violent death? Okay, let's take a vote. How many think Jerry Pladman is the killer? How many of you would swear that Lou Spicer committed the murder? How many are convinced Sherry Markham did the dastardly deed? How many are positive Steve Martin knocked off Dawn? So you'd like to retract your first vote? And lastly, how many are certain that Beth Likens is the assassin?
Okay, you have money out for the janitor, put down for me.
Oh, you're switching to Beth. Okay. You're getting more innocent as we go along. How many think none of the above committed the murder? Okay, if you will now let me tell you how I think it is.
Aaron, before you do that, could we have just a short, brief conversation over here? Won't take but a minute, really, folks. We can straighten some things out. What? Sorry.
Why are you pointing at me, Renee? You and Garen and Sean are standing there where I was standing, right in front of the audience. You mean like I'm in the room right now, Steve?
It's just over here.
Renee, would you pull me out? No, this isn't a giraffe, Steve. This is how you intended to get away with your murder.
thought you had the perfect alibi because everyone in the room would swear they saw you standing around the corner. But it wasn't you. It was your script clipped to this music stand. And to hedge your bets, you took your right shoe off, left it sticking out around the corner. So people would think you were there. That's why Lou said that one of the footsteps was muffled running down the hall. And it's also, I didn't do it. And if I did do it, you could. I can't prove it. Would all of you take your right shoe off, please? Not you.
Where's the chair?
Yes, I want you to take your shoe off now. Right.
Right?
Right, Steve.
Yeah, your other right, Steve.
Your other right.
Your other right.
Other right.
No, your
Yeah,
sock.
yeah.
They want to see your sock.
The other. Take both of them off. Take both of your shoes off. Take both off.
Why?
I want to see it.
I want to see the bottom of your sock.
This is embarrassing. You forgot. You forgot about the Reeves test. You are the murderer, and there is your proof.
Nobody move. I'm from Homicide. We had a tip there was a murder here tonight.
There has been, and there's your killer.
You're not taking me anywhere. I can't believe I was caught because of peanut butter cup.
I hope everybody had a really good time here tonight. This is the first time we've attempted anything like this, and other than a few rough spots, I think it went all right, and I certainly hope that you enjoyed yourselves as well. Let's give the cast and our murderer and our victim another big hand. And Don, just so they know, Don is alive and well. Actually, Don is a very sweet person, and we really like her. He's been a very good sport. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Hits 101.3 for allowing us to use Sean Thomas and Dave Michaels as part of our cast. We'd also like to thank the cast for being here, and I especially want to thank Dave Free. Dave, back here with the camcorder. If Dave had not lived in this group, there would have been no I'd like to remind you to go ahead and sign up on the mailing list at the piano if you want to know more about MRL programs. And also, please hit the refreshment table one more time. And again, thank you very much for coming and playing along with us.